Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about some famous foods here in the West, specifically Canada. Now, when I ask you, what do you think of Canadian food? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Not much, right? Maybe maple syrup? Beaver? Moose? Today we're going to be showing you some of the most famous foods from Canada. I think you'll be surprised. Let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the unofficial national dish of Canada, macaroni and cheese. And not just any macaroni and cheese, but Kraft brand macaroni and cheese, or as it's known here in Canada as Kraft Dinner, or simply KD. Canadians love their Kraft Dinner, and it is the #1 grocery item in Canada. It's very inexpensive at about $1.25 Canadian a box. Canadians buy about 1.7 million boxes of this stuff each week. Now, that's about 25% of the entire world's supply. Canadians actually use this to measure the health of the economy. Now, recently, oil prices have gone up, so the news is reporting that Canadians will be eating more and more Kraft Dinner to be able to pay for the higher energy bills we now have. But Kraft Dinner isn't just the go-to meal for people who don't have enough money. Everyone, from college students to the Prime Minister, eats Kraft Dinner here. It's really, really popular. People will eat it with friends. We also serve it for holiday dinners. And we also like to mix it up. One of the most popular forms of Kraft Dinner here is to cut up hot dog wieners and put that in the Kraft Dinner and then put ketchup on the top of it too. People have even made it into sandwiches. And here in our house, we like to dress it up a little bit. We use sausage, onions, red peppers, and stir it all up. Add that together with some green onions, and we've got a really tasty, inexpensive meal. If you're curious about the price, after we added up all the ingredients that we use to make our Kraft Dinner here, it adds up to be about $1.50 per person. That's $1.50 Canadian. Quite good for a tasty meal. All right, moving on. Next is a surprising national favorite. Not many people know about this, but A&W restaurants are different between Canada and America. They split up many, many years ago. Now, just how popular are A&W restaurants in Canada? Well, there are more than 970 restaurants across Canada. Now, down in America, that has a population 10 times the size of Canada, there's only 550 restaurants. In fact, Canadians who live in America have reported driving all the way back up to Canada just so that they can eat at the Canadian version of A&W. Now, what makes them so special? They're burgers. They have the Uncle Burger, the Grandpa Burger, the Papa Burger, the Mama Burger, the Teen Burger, and the Buddy Burger. American restaurants only have the Papa Burger. I don't know why. The hamburger comes from Canadian grass-fed cows, and honestly, the taste is genuinely better. The most iconic of the Canadian burger family is the Teen Burger. It has beef, onion, pickles, ketchup, mustard, bacon, special teen sauce, lettuce, tomato, and a sesame seed bun, all for as little as $3.99 Canadian. And the superstar entry today is the most Canadian chain of all of them, Tim Hortons. In America, Starbucks coffee is everywhere. In Taiwan, you have 7-Elevens on every street. In Canada, it's Tim Hortons. They have more than 4,000 branches across Canada. Just in my area alone, right outside my door, there are 20 different ones, so they're everywhere. Now, Tim Hortons does offer other kinds of food like sandwiches, but really, it's the coffee and the donuts that make it special. Why? Because Canadian citizens eat more donuts than people from any other country in the world. And forget about Starbucks for coffee. When it comes to buying coffee in Canada, 80% of the coffee served at coffee shops comes from Tim Hortons. Why? Because Tim Hortons coffee is always fresh. It's very, very well roasted. It's good. And it's only about $2 for a large cup. Now, the donuts they have there are very, very sweet, and they cost anywhere from $1 up each, depending on how fancy you want them. For example, these donuts here have chocolate eggs in the center to make the donut look like a bird's nest. They cost about $1.99 Canadian each. Okay, here's the bonus entry for today. Poutine. Poutine. Now, I have to add poutine to this list just because it's so Canadian. It's sort of like stinky tofu in Taiwan, or maybe spray cheese in America. It's sort of a specialty food that only the most Canadian of Canadians really, really like. What is poutine? Well, it's made from French fries, gravy, and little bits of white, soft cheddar cheese melted all together. And it's really not something that I enjoy, but some people do like it. Now, what I've found is that most people who do visit Canada will try poutine and go, well, I've done that. And then they won't order it again. If you do come here, give it a try just to say that you've eaten it. If you do want to try poutine, one of the easiest places to get it is Costco. They sell it in Costco along with hot dogs and everything else, and it costs $4.99 Canadian. Okay, there you are. Those are some of the most popular foods with Canadians. While today's selections might not be the healthiest food options, Canadians considered all of them to be comfort foods. Now, of course, most people do try to watch their diets, and things like fruit juices and juice bars and frozen yogurt, things like that, those are very popular here. Today's list is just some of the stuff that Canadians enjoy the most. It is their comfort food. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any comments or suggestions, something that you'd like to see, just let me know. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.